Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Niken Dunovianti and I'm here wanna talk about what's happened in Venezuela. Venezuela is engulfed in political crisis with two rival politicians claiming to be the country's legitimate leader. How did this happen? Venezuela has been governed for the past 20 years by the socialist PSUV in 1999 to his death in 2013. Hugo Chavez was president. He was succeeded by his right-hand man, Nicolas Maduro. During its more than 2 decades in power, the PSUV has gained control of many key institutions, including much of the judiciary, the Electoral Council, and the Supreme Court. But under President Maduro, Venezuela's economic collapse, shortages of basic supplies become widespread, prompting more than 5 million people to leave. In December 2016, opposition parties won a majority in the National Assembly, and the legislature became a thorn in President Maduro's side. In response, he created the National Constituent Assembly, made up exclusively of government supports whose powers surpass those of the National Assembly. The two bodies have been at loggerheads ever since. Mr. Maduro was re-elected in 2018, but the polls was widely dismissed as rigid. National Assembly leader Juan Guaido labeled Mr. Maduro as a usurper and declared himself interim president in January 2019. More than 15 countries recognize Mr. Guaido, but the Venezuelan military, a key player in the country, has remained loyal to Mr. Maduro. Mr. Maduro has remained in the presidential place and in charge of the country. A number of opposition politicians have been arrested and many have fled the country, including Juan Guaido's mentor Leopoldo Lopez. The U.S., which has sided with Mr. Guaido, has imposed sanctions on Mr. Maduro. His inner circle, Venezuela oil industry, making it hard to get full of foreign currency. Meanwhile, opposition parties are divided over strategy, with most boycotting the legislative. National Assembly looks set to come under the control of Mr. Maduro parties as well. Thank you so much and see you next news.